HFL is a specialist leadership firm, and we work with a whole range of clients around the region to help them with their leadership culture and their leadership capabilities of their various leadership cohorts at all levels inside the organisation. We have a particular approach that we use which is founded around 4 key principles, and we've learned these principles from working with as many as 1,000 clients over the last 15 years on a whole range of assignments. And these 4 principles we bring to every assignment and every client that we work with, and we believe very strongly in these 4 principles. So what are these 4 principles? The first principle is customization. One of the things that we've learned working with so many clients over a long period of time on so many different assignments is that every client is different, and the leadership needs of every group at any particular time is different. So this has led us to an approach that says we need to customize whatever solution you require specifically for the time and the requirements of that leadership group at that time. So we customize almost all of the work that we do. The second principle is co-creation or partnering. You can imagine that if we are customizing virtually all of our solutions for our clients, we need to work incredibly closely with the L&D and HR teams in those clients. We need to immerse ourselves in the business of the client and make sure that we understand exactly the situation and environment that those leaders are operating in and the challenges that they're facing in their business and their competitive environment at a particular time. So a key component of our success, and most of our best work, is done when we really closely co-create with our clients. The third principle is leader focused, and this really describes the way that when we approach a program, we approach it very much from the needs of the individual leaders and participants on the program. What is the experience they need to have? What is the best way that they like learning? What are the key things they need to learn first and then second? And what sort of experience and follow-up and support do they need afterwards? So very much an individual leader-focused approach goes into almost all of our designs, whether it's assessment or it's coaching or it's workshops or it's action learning projects or whatever it might be in that sort of blended leadership journey that we develop for them. And we found that by focusing on the individual leader experience and how they're going to learn and get benefit from the program really helps us make sure we keep the outcome in mind rather than worry too much about the activities. The fourth principle, and one very close to our hearts at HFL, is the principle of making sure that everything that we do actually lands in the business. And what we mean by that, for example, is if we're working with a leadership cohort and they are looking to change their behaviours to be more effective leaders, the sort of behavioural change that the leaders want to make and the organisation wants those leaders to make actually does occur. And where most of the hard work gets done in those leadership changes is not in a workshop or even in a coaching session, it's in what happens back in the business. And so we've worked very hard on support mechanisms, check-in processes, surveys, a whole range of activities that support the participants of our programs when they're outside the programs, when they're back in the business, and make sure that all of the sort of barriers that get in the way of them making a behavioural change, we're helping them try and get past. So making sure that behaviour change actually does occur, lands in the business, is our key fourth principle, and to a certain extent I think one of our key differentiating factors when it comes to leadership design. So those are our 4 principles, and we strive as a team here at HFL, and we have an extended team, to bring those 4 principles, customization, working very closely on co-creation with clients, making sure that we're focusing on individual leader journeys, and making sure that accountability piece, that those behaviour changes actually land in the business. Those 4 principles, we try and bring them to every assignment and every client, and we try and do so with a high level of professionalism, a strong ethical base, and a lot of innovation, because we're customizing and learning stuff all of the time, and a lot of dedication. I mean, one of the things our clients do tell us when we ask them why they chose us is that we're very flexible and we'll go the extra mile for them, and we're dedicated to get a really good outcome for them. So if that sounds like the sort of approach and attitude that maybe would be a good fit for your organisation, obviously the team at HFL would love to hear from you. Thanks for listening.